Hello from Lancaster Finds. This is Kristen. I shot a video about a year ago that was about overhauling my inventory system, and I thought I would catch you up on what I've done. I'm an eBay seller, and this is my basement that I've organized for my business. So I shot this video about a year ago, and I was revamping my inventory management system in this closet. So let me show you that video, and then I'll come back and give you an update.
So one of the questions I get most often when people ask me about my business is, where do you store everything? I have had this closet filled with items that are listed, and there's actually a bunch of items that are not listed in here, which is family items and some other odds and ends I just haven't wanted to get to. And I'm actually having a problem with these shelves. These plastic shelves are very inexpensive, but they also, I don't know if you can really see, but they, even with not that much weight on them, they are starting to dip in the middle, and they are very bulky right here. So I'm losing a lot of space with all those poles and posts. And the depth is not using up all the space of the closet either. I have a whole another 10 to 12 inches here. So I went and bought the same shelf as this one. I forget the name of it. Seville Classics, I believe. This one is only 18 inches wide. I actually bought a 24-inch wide one that is 6 feet long. So I'm going to take these all out. It is a great time to do this because I'm doing my inventory anyway. So I have already done my year-end inventory, and I've picked a bunch of things that are going to Goodwill because they haven't sold, and I'm just not happy with the items. So I'm taking those to Goodwill. And as I go through the rest of the closet and pull everything out, everything that is not listed is getting in a pile. So I started here. So I'm going to start going through and making sure that everything in this closet is actually listed on my eBay store. And the unlisted items, I'm going to go through and decide whether they just go to Goodwill or if I'm going to list them. We will see. Now, the other thing I have is a IKEA closet with my desk. Let me show you that. Here is my closet, and I also have this IKEA closet that I bought, which is absolutely wonderful. It's right by my desk, and I have these great big drawers that come out. So this is kitchen, that's toys and linens and purses. That's Christmas, and that is fragile china. And then this is the smaller fragile items. And then I can have books and boxed items up top. So that is a great piece that has helped me. I use these trays. I buy them when I buy at auctions. Sometimes they come on these trays, and I've been using them to take photos of my things, bring them down. They stay in these trays until they're listed, and then they go in the closet. So I'm going to try these are some of the larger items that don't fit anywhere. I'm going to try a new inventory system where I have the boxes more uniform and labeled so that when I go searching for items, I can find things much easier, and it's not by memory. A lot of this, I just know where everything is. But as I grow my business, that is not going to be as easy, and then someone else can also pull things and ship for me. And then this is my little desk, my little shipping station, and I use the ping pong table for all of my storage of all my boxes and shipping supplies. And this is a lot of the stuff that's in process that was not listed that was in that closet. So I have to go through all of this. This is actually a family collection, and I do have to go through this and decide what I'm going to do. It's a lot of jewelry. So I will be going through that and cleaning up. So that last video clip was taken in January of 2025 when I was doing my inventory and revamping my entire inventory closet. So it is now January of 2026, and let me show you what I've done.
So the overall of my inventory management system has been really great this year. As you can see, I got the heavier duty wire shelving, and it's deeper than the old shelf. So I've just gained a lot more space. And I labeled the shelves A, B, C, D, and then each of these boxes that are labeled is my inventory management system. So basically, I'll show you on eBay where I put my custom SKU that shows me where I can find each item. And this bottom shelf, I just labeled TT, and that's all the oversized items. And then I also have this black shelf I just turned sideways that was in here before. And Real Original, I just used black shelf 1. It's really hard. Some of these labels haven't been staying, but overall, I think it's worked pretty well. And then these, I didn't label the bins. I just labeled E, F, G, and H. And then the ornaments, I sell vintage Christmas ornaments, and the really, really delicate ones I put in these 3 boxes. Now, most of my ornaments that I sell, I actually put over here. This is in process stuff. That's my IKEA closet that you guys saw in the prior video. And again, I just added labels, but the same system has been working really well for me. Kitchen. So this is silverware. And when it starts getting empty, I know that that stuff is selling well and I probably need to go source some more. This is the Christmas drawer. Christmas season's almost over. And this I try and just like boxed ornaments that are ready to go. And then my fine china and breakables are down in the bottom. And again, that is looking a little empty, so I could probably source more of those. But it is the end of the season, so my inventory is a little low right now. And then I have some shipping to go out. Oh, I've been going through this really awesome lot of vintage 50s cards, and some of them are non-sport, which most of these are non-sport. There's a few sports in here. These have been really cool. These are called Rails and Sails 1955 Top Series, and they're all different trains, and then the sails is all different boats. I think that's in here. I think I have them already wrapped up. So I've tried to wrap them up pretty securely so they don't get damaged. And those have been really popular. They're also in these sleeves, which I invested in a pile of them here so that I can just get those right out and safely. Some of the stuff to be shipped out. These are heavier items that I don't really want to put up on a shelf. And you'll see my Star Wars stuff again. And then this is where all my ornaments, so I call this my ornament shelf, OS1, OS2, OS3, and OS4. So there's some good ornament boxes, and I have a few more coming. And then again, my ping pong table is always full, but this is stuff that's actually getting shipped out today. Instead of doing an inventory call like I did last year, I have put everything that's over 365 days old and 50% off. So that has helped a lot. I don't think anything on this table was from that sale, but I have been selling a lot of items going out that way. Here's some of the new ornament boxes. I just got in a state, I usually only do my ornament boxes once a year. But I just got in a state where this was almost exactly the way it's shown here, right from the estate. So really high quality. And I have 2 or 3 more of these old German antique ornament boxes. So I'm just going to go ahead and list them even though it's not Christmas. I think I have a good enough following that I can still sell them. And this is where in my last YouTube video, I showed kind of my process of making ornament boxes. And this is kind of what I have left to clean. And all those other bins are gone. They've been sold. And then this bin is ones that are ready to go for next year. So that is my inventory system, and it has worked really great. And I will show you on eBay when I look up my items that are awaiting shipment. Let's see if I can do that real quick. So if I go in here to, let's go into drafts, and then you'll see what I'm talking about with the custom SKU. So let me show you the other German ornaments. So in this listing, when you're in the listing, you have all the photos, and then down here you have an item title, subtitle, and then there's this custom label SKU. So I put in ornament shelf 3 as my location. That actually says OA3, so that's a mistake. So ornament shelf 3 is the location, and I fill out all of my information, and then after it's listed, I make sure it goes on that ornament shelf. So then when you're out in your active items, I can actually sort by this custom label SKU here. And then you'll see A1 is where my inventory closet starts. So A1, A2, A3 is the top shelf in that closet. So when you go to do your year-end inventory, you can just keep this page up on your phone, go over to that box, look through it, and make sure all those items are actually still in it, and find any that might have slipped through the cracks and aren't listed anymore. So that is a really helpful way to do inventory at the end of the year, and then also just see if things are still in box A1 that have been there for a long time. Then you can, drop them down on discount or whatever. But this year I just did the 50% off sale on everything over a year old, and that seems to be working. I really have not donated anything to Goodwill this year. I have been sourcing a little bit better, and my things have just all been selling. So that's worked out really well. The other thing that I added was this great tissue paper wrapping drawer. So it's just the drawers on my desk. This is all supplies on the top. So that's just supplies. And then I decided to use this as a wrapping drawer. So I have these candles that are going out today, and I can just wrap them up in here individually, get them all wrapped, and then take them over to my shipping table ready to go. So that has been really great. These IKEA furniture has been really awesome. It's very sturdy, easy to put together. I highly recommend it. So if I ever have the need for someone else to come down here and find something that I've put away and ship it out, I have this cheat sheet right on my IKEA closet here that kind of shows when you look up on eBay the location. This is what I'm talking about. So it's not just my brain that knows that IKC1 is the IKEA closet top drawer, but this is the cheat sheet. So if I need someone else to pull something for me, which never really happens, but I guess in case of emergency, then they can look that up and know where to go. So that's it on my location. So that is it for my inventory management system. I think it's been working really well this year. I have spent a lot less time trying to find things that in prior years I would be searching for something that I just could not remember where it was for like 10 to 15 minutes and getting really frustrated. And that has been completely eliminated out of my business with this new label system or SKU system, and having the custom SKU right in eBay that will tell me what the location is of my items. So I hope you like this video. Please send me a comment on how you manage your inventory. If you think I can improve on anything else, I'd love to hear from you. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. My next video will be on the vintage sports and non-sports trading cards. I think it's a valuable skill to learn how to sort through those, get them graded to maximize the money that you can get from those items. So that will be my next video. So subscribe, check it out, and also
If you are interested in any of my eBay items, you can shop on eBay. My store information is in the description below, as well as links to my Facebook and Instagram accounts so that you can see what's coming up on my eBay store. I do Sunday night auctions, and with these sports trading cards, I've been doing almost nightly auctions for them because there's just so many of them. So that's what's coming up. Have fun. Thank you.